Good day. As we all know, gender inequality is now a great issue and a big problem in our society. It plays a big role in our society. Violence against women, the wage gap or the gender pay, women's health and work or life balance. These are some issues in gender inequality. There are so many questions in my mind like why men can do that and women can't. Why men and women are treated differently in terms of their capabilities and strengths. Is it because they think that women are physically weak? I'll give you some problems regarding the issue of gender inequality. Number one is unequal pay for men and women. There are cases that men get more high salary than women, even if in that particular work, women can do more and make it so much better. Number two is sexual abuse or sexual harassment. We all know that the most common victim of this are women. Why? Because they know or what they think is women are weak. Number three is racism, another big problem under gender inequality. For me, this is really the problem or the main cause under gender equality. Number three is racism, another big problem under gender inequality. For me, this is really the problem or the main cause why gender inequality gets worse. Remember that discriminating people will make you famous and can make you go up and better. Another one, and the number four, about work. Like what I have said in the issue of gender inequality, the problem or the issue about work. Why? Because women are having a hard time finding jobs that people think women can fit in. They don't get the job they want because everyone thinks that they are not perfect for the job. In companies, women are promoted less often than men. They have so many opportunities than women can have. The question here is why. The question here is why. Why women have limited opportunities than men? Why do you always think that women are actually weak? Why do you always compare the abilities of women to men? When they can both do the same work and do the same thing. Both can do things that can be helpful for us, can do something that can be better for us. Yes, there are things that men can do and women can't. But there are also things that women can do and men can't. But why do we always women often struggle with asking for higher pay in jobs? This is related to the issue of unequal pay. The fear of discussing money is different that affects a woman more significantly than men can handle. Sometimes, for women, negotiating pay is often viewed as being greedy or desperate, which leads to hesitation when it comes to asking for their rights in the workplace. This is also a problem of each and every one of us. We are always quick about judgment. We are always judge people and their weaknesses. We only focus on that, but we cannot focus and see what they can do and their abilities. We are always being judgmental. We are always being judgmental, not thinking that it can affect one person's behavior and can lower their confidence in their work. How can they prove themselves if we are judging them? And I just want to clarify things about the problems under gender inequality. Number one is unequal pay. There are some cases that women have earned more bachelor's degrees, master's degrees than men, yet women still earn less than men. How much less? According to the data that I have researched in 2018, statistics shows that a woman can earn 80% of what our men pay. New data published in November 2018 suggests that the pay gap between men and women can even be greater and higher. According to the Institute for Women's Policy Research, a woman can earn 49 cents only compared for every one a man can earn. Why is that? Why women can get a high salary of the equal salary of a man? Why women always settle frequently for lower salaries than men? Number two is sexual abuse or sexual harassment. According to a survey conducted on January 2018 on women's rights, 38% of women have experienced sexual harassment in their workplace, and 81% of women which experience sexual harassment on their lifetime, including verbal assault or physical assault. Why do always women are victimized? We all know that sexual harassing is a serious case and simply disrespectful. But why there are still people who are being victimized? Sexual harassment is really offensive, humiliating, and it's against the law. So let's stop this problem so that we can get the peaceful world that we want. It's racism. Unfortunately, this seems to play a major role in gender inequality and in how women are treated differently, not just in the workplace but also outside their workplace. Is it really important? A man and a woman, they both do the same work at the same place, but why is there is a gender inequality. Why there is a judgment in every work they do. Look, skin color, or something else is not really important. The very important thing is the ability to do. Nagbubulol ako. The ability to do something good, their capabilities and strength. We should focus on that and not on their physical appearance or so whatever. Because we can all rise if we just look for the better and not look on the worst thing. We should always be good and look for the goodness and strength of a person. Last and number 4 is women are promoted less than women. Last and the number 4 is women are promoted less than men. Despite of being more educated than men, women are promoted less and has limited offers and opportunities than men. According to my research, less than 5% of CEOs and less than 10% of women are top earners. One reason for why more women aren't moving to higher up growth is because of the lack of female role models. Some says that having a visible role model can make women feel as if moving into leadership type role is simply unattainable. What causes gender inequality? Gender inequality in wages and what causes gender inequality? Gender inequality in wages and earnings is in part of causes of the gender job segregation. The segregation may be a result of a clear job discrimination by employers, or it may be a function of gender that should be educational and job decision for men and women. What do we get from this? Gender inequality must stop. Let's stop stereotyping. Instead, we should learn on how to respect and fight for gender equality. We should all know that people will think that they are not enough. It affects an individual's life experience. Men and women should be treated equally in society. We should all know the importance of gender equality in society. We should all know the importance of gender equality. Let's stop discrimination and gender inequality. We should start to respect each other and bring peace to each other. And we should make education more important. We should include the topic of gender inequality in our schools. Stop child marriage and sexual harassment if we want a real peace and if we want girls to be able to complete the education. We have to end child marriage. We also have to seriously address sexual harassment of every girls and woman. Raise the hope of every woman and of course the men. We should know that we need to give them the We also have to seriously address sexual harassment of every girls and woman. Raise the hope of every woman and of course the men. We should know that we need to give them a good image that will bigger their dreams. Stop the violence. If we stop the violence, there will be no discrimination and everyone will be happy and content. That's all and thank you. Encourage people to do better and always put in our minds that we are better. We can do more and achieve more. If we strive harder to avoid stress and other mental health caused by gender inequality, we should protect and consider each and every one on us in order to have peace and have a better society. Also, to avoid bad reputation, we should be good and careful. We should always open our eyes to possibilities of a person can do, not in their appearance or others. It doesn't define the person by their attitude. Every one of us deserves to reach our goal in life, our potential. But there is gender inequality who stops us to get the potential we need to work in our daily lives. But if we understand each other, we can see that we could do better if we will help each other. No discriminating, no people are down. Respect women because the common victim of gender inequality are women. According to Ali Muhammad Abdi, we need to change attitudes towards it. We need to set our girls free. We should care to them. Let them feel that the men and women are equal to each other. No one is on top and no one is in the bottom in the society because we all have the rights to be equal. We should also have a clear policy about discrimination to avoid this. Stop stereotyping because it can only bring us down. Gender equality must become a live reality. This is according to Michelle Bachelet, Fight for Gender Equality. That's all. Thank you.